Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. See that? This game has problems, guys. I don't know if you saw that just then. It started a match with like 16 versus 8. This is Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is Galactic Assault on Yavin 4. I'm using the officer with the SC-44. I'm using Disruptor. I'm using the Armoured Officer's Command thing. And I'm using potentially Bounty Hunter or Officer's Presence, depending on how I'm feeling. Normally I pre-grenade this opening up here just in case somebody rushes it. But we only got a heavy and we got an assault guy, so it wasn't too bad. I like Yavin 4's first part more than I like any other part of it because it has this really good competitive kind of labyrinthine pathways where I know a few routes I can go to kind of guarantee where people are coming from and I can kind of cut them off. But you're not going to see it on this because this wasn't one of those games. So this gameplay is probably going to be called something like bad matchmaking. If you don't know, guys, the matchmaking in this game originally had it so that you were always in the same teams and it just cycled maps. And what this led to is, this led to one team having stronger players, consistently stronger players, who won all the time. Like, look at this, we're taking all 3 turbo lasers at once. This is complete bullshit. And here's the truth, right? Not to say that I lie, because a lot of people that preface things by saying, I'm going to be honest here, or truthfully, like, do you normally lie? Is this all deceit? Like, that's not what I'm saying here. It's just, this is 100% an observation, an empirical observation. This game is at its best when you are having a competitive match. And I know you might be somebody who likes to pub stomp, you might be somebody who likes to go 101, never die, never get shot, always shit on people and constantly be spawn trapping, and that's fine, but trust me guys, this game is at its best when the teams are even. When both teams are pushing back and forth and it's super heated and it's getting crazy, that's when this game is at its best. Take it from me. If you haven't experienced it, you're missing out, and you won't experience it because right now the matchmaking is a fucking state. But on launch, the matchmaking would naturally develop a much stronger team than the other team, and what would happen is the other team would start to leave, new players would come into the game, and they would be up against a rather comfortable, competitive, decent team. So it was just running trains on every map. And I know because I was part of it. I would shop around lobbies until I got a lobby with one other person that could do something, and then I'd stick in that all night, and I'd play with that and would win every game. Because I'd be slaying, I'd be getting a hero, I'd be doing well, playing the objective and everything. One other person's doing the same, and because 2 people are so strong, everyone else gets elevated like a rising tide. As I run in the spawn right now and defuse and I get grenaded. That was clever right there. Radical Slayer, GG Brew. You brew? I don't know why I said brew. He's a cup of coffee. Now, his weapon wouldn't work just then, and he threw a grenade at his feet. It should have killed him, but it was the only way he could outplay me just then, and he did, so good for him. And that's just how the game went. You got into these teams where either there was a strong player on it with you, or there was a team that were all objectively minded, and you just stomped people for hours. And it was okay, but it did get boring, and then every so often, it'd mix up a little bit, better players would join, and then it might get a bit more competitive. But the fundamental truth was that one team would generally be better than the other team, and then it would consistently get worse until you swapped lobbies, and then if you got into a competitive lobby, you realised how good the game could be. Because non-competitive lobbies are over instantly. It's a 6-minute game every time. I've done it a ton, and it's not fun. It's quick, you get no credits, and the enemy team just quits, so you're just going to get more people in who aren't enjoying themselves, and it's not good for the game. So DICE decided to change the matchmaking. So their idea of changing the matchmaking was, in between planets, they were going to mix up the teams. And they implemented it, and it broke the game. So they removed it. And they turned it off. And it's like, okay, that was interesting, the idea of it was weird, but it's doing all these weird adverse things. So they tweaked it again. And they had it mixing up almost complete lobbies that you were going into. So what would happen is, you do a round, you do 2 rounds on a map, it'd put you in another lobby on the next map, but you couldn't guarantee that it would start at the beginning. So it was putting people in games in progress, it was putting people in empty lobbies, so they ended up messing with this matchmaking twice, turning it on, turning it off, and right now it's off. So if you play, you're going to generally stick with the same people on both teams, so it's kind of gone back to where it was. The only difference now is, it seems like all teams are filled with bad players, and I don't know why. And the gameplay that you're watching right here is kind of the beginning of the matchmaking just going crazy. And I couldn't understand it. I didn't really get why I kept coming up against like strange teams that weren't doing anything, teams that didn't know what to do, you know, because it's easy to blame your team. It is. Everybody does it, right? But when there's a good reason to blame your team, it's different. And when you're to blame, that's awesome, because you know you did shit, and you know you need to do better, and you know where the problem is, and you can try and fix it. But when you're with a team of people that aren't shooting people, or using their map and stuff, what do you do? And it leads you to these moments where it's a good job some of these heroes are as strong as they are, because if they weren't, how did that miss? God, I never get this game sometimes with Bosk. I've been having problems with Bosk recently too. I don't know if people are getting better at killing him, or if he's been subtly tweaked, but I notice myself getting instantly killed by certain stuff. Like, there are times when I've got nigh full life, and I just get immediately melted, and all I can think of is headshots. Maybe I got really unlucky, and somebody headshotted the shit out of me, because you die almost instantly. I got killed by an officer with a blurg instantly, and I don't know why. Because I've used the blurg on Bosk, and I didn't kill him as quick as that guy killed me. So, like, I don't really understand what that is. But right now, it's a good job I'm Bosk and I'm doing this, because if I wasn't, I feel like we'd probably be having a tougher time, because on this part of the map, for some reason, I've had teams that don't cap this objective quickly. This is a really tough objective to get. The camp one is easy compared to this one. This one is the struggle, because they spawn closest to it, so you really need to get this one immediately. And the team is doing pretty damn good. We've got 12 people on this, so I can't say shit, really. And I'm able to just move over here and make this enemy team's life miserable, which is exactly what I'm doing. And just playing Bosk as Bosk was intended, in my opinion, which is incredibly aggressive and, you know, try and be as evasive as you can. But I don't know what happens with Bosk's guns sometimes. You might notice that I made a video with Chewbacca the other day, a silly video where I just put a bunch of I Am Chewbacca song music over it when I was killing people. And then at the end, there was footage of me shooting a dude with a fully charged Bosk rifle, and he survived it, and it was an officer. So, the reason why I made that little silly clip was to kind of show that, you know, there are inconsistencies in the game. My assumption is that he was armoured, he'd been buffed, so he had 250 life, and the reason it didn't kill him is because he had 250 life. But the problem is, I saw an assault guy later on that clip, which I didn't share. I did a fully charged headshot on him, and it did a yellow cross, and it didn't kill him. And I'm sorry, but there's almost no reason for an assault soldier to survive a headshot from this gun when it's fully charged. I don't even think you can survive it when you're buffed. So the only thing I can think of there is he must have been buffed or something, because... Oh my god, that's a Wookiee. Run away, Chris. You have to run. Never ever fuck with Wookiees in this game, guys. Even if you're Palpatine, even if you're Bosk, it doesn't matter. That Wookiee will kill me faster than I will kill him. It's so dumb when you think about it. It really is. Wookiees cost nothing, and they're so powerful. And they were way better as well. Like, there are people right now that actively believe the Wookiees are ruined. Can you believe that? Have you ever tried them? Like... The only reason anybody can think that is because before they touched them up a bit, when you picked the Wookiee, it was a free, like, 35 kill streak. Because they were almost unkillable. They killed you instantly, they had tons of life, and they could heal themselves to full. Like, the Wookiees are so ridiculous in this game, it's not even funny how strong they are. And they're still incredibly strong. And I never pick them. I never pick them because I just don't. I don't know why. I should, really. I'm that guy who has 20,000 battle points and complains I can't pick a hero, yet never picks the Enforcers. There's a layer, by the way. Oh, this is something that needs to be told as well, because this is something that's really frustrating. You see, look at this! Where were my bullets going, then? There are some times when you shoot with Bosk, it's so strange. Like, I wasn't clipping on anything, so I can't say that the bullet hit something to collide with it. I had him in the middle of the reticle, and I got no hit marker at all. Like, really strange. Like, that was a miss. I can take a miss when I miss. There's the detonite charge of Han Solo. I loved Han Solo's, though, as boss, because there's nothing they can do, really. Pretty ridiculous. This is interesting, too. You might not see the twist that's coming because of the beginning of this match. The beginning of this match was definitely a steamroll, but it just goes to show that the matchmaking is all over the place. Look at this. Just bump into Han Solo. I love it. Interesting, somebody healed him. Is that an officer? That is an officer. He's trying to blind me. Drop those bombs just in case he wants to chase. And we run away. Because we're a bitch. Here we go. There's a specialist. Bosk loves specialists. They go down so quickly. Oh, wow. Look at that, dude. Jesus Christ. Did you see how much life he just lost? I wonder if they're going to tweak Bosk's mines. Because I see a lot of people who think that they're too powerful. I don't think they're too powerful. I just think you should be able to see them. That's the problem with them. I have no idea why they think putting like invisible projectiles, proximity mines that do incredible damage is a good thing. Like, I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me as a human being. Like, these are bombs that, there's like, he puts 3 or 4 down, right? And they all have a big radius, and I think they hit you for 60 damage. So if you get hit by all 3, you're going to lose a lot. Like, it's crazy that you can't see them. Like, they look so tiny, they're so hard to see. And I don't want them to be able to see them like we can see them, because those big circles and stuff are just silly. But they should at least be able to see that there is definitively something there. You know, like the grenade? That was me hitting the wall, if you're wondering. My aim is fantastic today, look at this. I'm the best player ever with Bosk. This is why I don't snipe with him, if you're wondering, guys. I don't really like to play Bosk as a counter-sniper unless people are standing still, because I just find it too difficult to shoot dudes. It's just one of those things. You know, when people start moving back and forth and they get all squirrely, it can be really tough to just land that shot. And it sounds like it should be easy, but you'd be surprised. I would rather just do this, because it's way more aggressive and it's way more fun. When you get Bosk's grenades and there's a ton of people there, like, look at that. Whew. Crazy, right? I love the idea of playing him like a crazy rushdown fighting game character. The only issue is, of course, if people start focus firing you as Bosk, he dies instantly. He dies immediately. And that's not even mentioning if anybody has a Chewbacca. Because you might be watching this, you might be new to the game, and you might be thinking, well, this character's broken, you shouldn't be able to do this is bullshit. And I can understand you for thinking that, but you're wrong. Do you know how you stop this? There's easy ways to stop this. You focus fire him. That's the first one. You use focus fire, you get rid of him, you rush him down, you kill him before he can heal. Bosk dies really quickly. You're going to see me die really quickly coming up. It's going to be tragic. This could have been such a beautiful gameplay, and then I get fucking yoded, and I get melted, and you're going to see me melt, guys. So if you don't like this, you're going to enjoy what's coming up. The second way you beat Bosk is with an officer. Officer's Disruptor will turn Bosk's gun off, and not many people realise what happens when the gun turns off. So they stand there like an idiot trying to shoot you with a gun that's not working, and you just headshot them until they die. I've done it numerous times to Bosk. It works wonders on Leia, works wonders on Han Solo. Any hero that has a blaster can be turned off with Disruption, and it's a free kill. The next one is hero counters. A really good counter to Bosk is Chewbacca. Chewbacca's grenade will freeze Bosk, and you'll kill him in 2 blasts. Don't even have to be headshots, just have to hit him. The next really good counter, Lando Calrissian. Lando Calrissian has a disabler that if you chuck it on the ground and you detonate it, it freezes people, so they cannot move. If you cannot move, you can't do shit, you get headshotted, you're dead. Watch this. This is how you kill Bosk. You see that? You focus fire him. If you focus fire him, there's nothing he can do. But notice right now, wasn't happy by the way about that. Was not happy, thought I was going to get 100 plus gameplay. And unfortunately I didn't. Right now we have 86 tickets, and there is one objective to take. One objective, 86 tickets. Remember this, guys. This might be important. I have been single-handedly carrying my entire team with Bosk, and I didn't realise. I thought our team was doing really well, and the enemy team was just kind of folding. We have a Palpatine, bear in mind. We have a Palpatine. And keep watching, because I couldn't understand this game. I just couldn't. It made no sense to me. I'm getting shot from behind. That makes sense. There's a heavy. Wow, using explosive sentry. There you go. 1 shot, 1 kill. Good for you, dude. He's a new player, too. Interesting, isn't it, how you can be out-damaged by his healing, even when you're using one of the more powerful guns in the game. That guy's using the S5. Good for you, dude. That is a 2-bullet kill, but it's very difficult to use. So there is the flashbang chucking in. We've got a Vader now. There's a... Wow, look at all the people shooting Yoda. I'm getting shot from the side. Not a good thing. He's got Yoda life. Oh, no. Yeah, that's Yoda life, definitely. Wow. There's Yoda. Oh, roll away. Where's he going? Is he chasing me? Yeah, he's chasing me. Shoot him, Chris. Shoot him in the bumhole. What is this Yoda doing, man? Why would you not jump? It's one thing I don't see heroes doing enough. Jumping is really powerful in this game, guys. It's incredibly powerful. Certain heroes can jump much higher than others, and it's one of the ways to stop people from shooting you. You'd be surprised how many people cannot shoot moving targets, and then add that to jumping targets. Moving and jumping, unhittable, right? Can't be done. That's what you need to do. If you're having troubles, jumping is going to help. The problem with a lot of people is they can't jump and aim at the same time because it can be quite fiddly depending on your control scheme, and unless you're those people that use, you know, the scuff controllers with the bumpers and everything. Here's a Luke. Here's a bad Luke. So people ask me, how do you play lightsaber heroes? Don't do that. Like, lightsaber heroes can be very, very good, but you have to know when to move in and you have to know when to not. You need to know your ranges and you need to be smart. If you play a melee hero stupidly, you'll die immediately. It's not about running into a group of 5 dudes and killing them all, because it's not like the movies. Wow, that's a Wookiee. Yeah, totally balanced Wookiees. They're not too strong or anything. Do you know who is too strong? This piece of shit right here. So, notice we now have 39 tickets, and we haven't got in this room once. We've had Palpatines, we've had Vaders, we had a full team not doing anything. So, my turn to be Palpatino, and I can't even remember if I do anything with Palpatine as I fight with Yoda. Is Yoda gonna kill me? This Yoda's pretty good, man. He stayed alive. He stayed alive and we can't seem to kill him. Come on, you bitch, die. There you go, he's dead. So that was a good Yoda. Now they don't have Yoda, though. We should be able to get in, right? This should be easy. Get in the room, kick some ass. They've got another Luke. Hopefully this Luke is a little better. If you don't know, Luke is probably one of the weakest characters in the game, because he just kind of is. His moves all are inconsistent, and unfortunately he's kind of like a poor man's Maul. And it really sucks, because he looks amazing, and I like everything about him, other than the fact that he sucks. Oh, hi. What's this guy doing? Why didn't he shoot me? I don't get it. Oh, I don't understand this. Did his controller run out of batteries? He could have probably killed me then. I didn't know he was there and I was stood still. There's a Han Solo. There's a Wookiee behind him. There's me shooting lightning through a wall, which is incredibly balanced, right? Please nerf this character. And you might think, well, Chris, if you don't like this character, why do you pick him? Because he's one of the only ways to win when you're on a shit team, pretty much. Notice we have 21 tickets and we still haven't got in the room. Like, do you remember the beginning of this match? Now look at it. A little different, right? We've got a Maul in now. There's a Han Solo. Gotta freeze the old Han Solo. Shoot him as many times as we can. Look how many tickets we're losing, dude! 10 tickets in the space of a second? What the fuck are they doing? Like, I don't understand this game at all. Like, nobody's getting on the device. Go and press the button, guys. We're pushing them back. Just do the objective. Do you know what the objective is? Han Solo's about to get shit on, by the way. I'm very sorry about that, sir. Filthy character. Just touch the button, boys. Here we go. Oh, don't touch the button. Oh, there we go. Somebody did it. Somebody touched the button. So now we're overriding. We've got another Yoda coming in. He's concussed. He's getting electrocuted. There's a heavy coming down. Look at their Wookiee dropping down. Look at their team playing the objective. Look at this. And we lost. How the fuck did we lose? I died 5 times. We lost 100 tickets. Or 86 or whatever. Like, how do we lose? How did you lose that? It doesn't make sense, right? And that's this game in a nutshell. The matchmaking is all over the place. If I'd have survived as Bosk, I like to think we would have won. But because I wasn't doing what I do in these games, we lose? There's 20 people on that team. Like, I'm only one man. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, good job on them. They defended it really, really well. But at the same time, what was my team doing? I don't understand. Like, I can't even contemplate it. If you're not killing, you do the objective. If you're not doing the objective, you're trying to kill, right? Were they just feeding endlessly? Really bloody weird. Thank you for watching. You take care now.